first of all, yeah, I think I get too much credit. I would have gotten all the blame too if it had gone the other way, but there certainly were a number of people who were very important to the cause and to trying to keep the league together, both internally with staff and others that I was relying upon, and also externally with a number of people in our member institutions, externally with others, you know, in the around the college athletics world that were really highly involved in trying to keep it together. So it was a very rewarding and challenging experience.
How do you feel that going forward, the Big 12 now 10, how do you feel going forward?
Well,
Strength of the league.
yeah, I think the strength of the league is going to continue to be outstanding. It's certainly disappointing to lose two quality member institutions, Nebraska and Colorado. They're outstanding universities with great leadership and in all their positions, and we've enjoyed working with them. I worked with them personally on a very good level. So that's disappointing. But one of the more satisfying results of what occurred is once we worked hard to get 12 institutions to stay together, and we got to 10. What I was very satisfied to see is that there was a great deal of enthusiasm and excitement from those 10 institutions to continue, and the highest level of appreciation for each other that I've experienced since I've been in the conference. So I think that all bodes well for continuing to be very strong. And you know, the student athletes from this region of the country aren't going away. There's still going to be great student athletes that participate at our universities, and we're going to continue to be nationally competitive in all the sports in which we have competition. Well, we're engaging in discussions, and I think we'll be able to do that fairly quickly, perhaps even you know, early in the fall, if not sooner. So we fully anticipate having that situation rectified as soon as we can. That's certainly part of the issue, is the withdrawal fees that we have in our bylaws that are applied to any institutions that depart, and that'll be part of what we discuss with them.
Commissioner, for fans going, how can you lose a Nebraska and a Colorado and promise way more money than in the past? What is your answer? How, in layman's terms, ways that make people understand it? Was all this done on a handshake? Hey, this is what's going to happen in the future, or could you guarantee, hey, these are the real dollars that you're going to get, you other 10 that are staying there?
Yeah, and first of all, I want to answer that by saying that there have been a lot of misnomers circulating around this. One of them is that this all was held together because of money. In fact, we were really in a lot of ways being approached by money interests to try to pull us apart, and certainly that's an important factor. We do not have an agreement going forward.
Coach Beebe, how are you doing? Good to see you. Huh? We are
you, Tommy? Yes, yes. Great. Thanks, Coach. Yeah. All right. That was pretty good. That shook up the matter here. So we, you know, the money issue has been overplayed a little bit, but we were able to demonstrate that we could be in a place where we'd be every bit as competitive per institution as any conference in the country when you look long term. These deals that are being done, if you'll notice, are 12, 15, 20-year deals. And you know, we're handicapped somewhat by having staggered rights negotiations coming up, whereas other conferences have had all their rights together. Those are deals that I have inherited, but even in spite of those, when you look at our long-term situation with the success that our conference has had, with the value of our member institutions, and with the high passion of our fan bases, we're going to be in a great place going forward. So even though there are no, you know, some like to say, well, we struck deals. We didn't strike deals, but we had pretty good assurances that we're going to be in a favorable position. Now, that doesn't mean that if we'd remained at 12, we wouldn't be in even a more favorable position, because two quality institutions departed, and we had good indications that we were going to be in a good place with those two. But we're very excited about what we're going to have going forward with the 10 members.
Will there be a name change?
I'm sorry?
Will there be a name change?
You know, we'll explore that during the next several months. You know, I think there's a lot of equity in the Big 12 brand, and so I think we'll engage outside professionals, consultants, to survey the media, the public, internally, our people that work at our institutions to see, you know, is this what we want to be going forward, or is there another brand or something that may work better for us? We'll have to see. Well, I think the predominant thought right now is we're going to have a 9-game football schedule and a round robin in football, and I think that's one of the things that people are excited about, and I think it's something that also provides for kind of a glue with conferences. I think one of the things that I saw with the possibility of mega conferences and in reviewing whether we would even want to expand is that you really get away from the conference concept. You really have a league, like a professional league, where you don't know everybody in the conference that well because you don't see them all that often. And so the excitement and enthusiasm we have with the 10 remaining institutions is to be able to play everybody every year in football and twice a year in basketball and other sports. And I think that's going to be a great asset for us going forward.
Two more.
Commissioner, we did not see this coming, obviously, we, the fans, the media, perhaps you either. So what's to say this won't be happening again 3 or 4 years down the line? That will do this other reshuffling talk, and Texas and Oklahoma and other teams might explore their options. Or have you cemented agreements with these schools that, hey, this league's going to be around for a long time?
Well, one thing I think that you know, the people that were in the room, the board of directors, when we met in June, were very satisfied with a commitment that they were going to get from each other. They agreed that that would be sufficient. We have significant withdrawal fees for departing members, but there's a high degree of collegiality, not only among the institutions that are remaining, but the other 2 institutions as well. So these folks work in higher education circles together on many aspects, not just in college sports. So there's a high level of trust, and there was an effort by all the institutions to go back and explore fully what their options would be without being together. And I think that one of the things when you say what's the assurance, I don't think you want to go through all of that deep exploration that causes a lot of difficulty just to turn around and do it again in 2 years. I think there was a long-term view of institutional positions, and the conclusion at those institutions was that this was the best place to be and that they're going to carry on in this manner going forward.
Last question. Are you happy, relieved, in a good mood, a better mood? Just here, what's going through your mind as we get closer to the football season and away from the decisions of those 2 schools?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, there is disappointment, a little bit of sadness at the institutions that are leaving in the last year, but at the same time, there's a great deal of excitement for our future. And as we plan for the future, we've had some meetings about what we're going to be like as a 10-member conference. There's just been more and more energy and effort being put forward, and I feel very good about it. I think I wanted to, I operate with feeling like I want to do what's right, and I'm not the only one, obviously, with the decision-making ability here to do everything I can to do what's right and let people end up where they need to end up. And I think we ended up in a very good place for not only the Big 12 institutions, but college athletics. I think this is the right thing that the Big 12 continues, and I think it's a primary reason why we're going to go forward. Thank you.